Hello, guys. It's Tuesday afternoon, if you didn't know. Tuesday, December 1st. And that's exciting because it's only 7 days till I turn a year older, which is somehow exciting. But sadly, I've learned that birthdays are pagan, so it can't be too exciting, right? Okay, but anyway, enough about me. I have my good friend with me, Todd Morgan. Say hi, and I will work on getting our visuals up here. But you can say hi while
Hello,
I'm talking.
everybody. I'm just writing that down. 7 days is your birthday. All right, I get it on my calendar here.
Yeah, you better write that down, buddy. That's
I'm
no,
going
not.
to.
It's it's not that important. Okay, I'm trying to. I've got our faces up now. I do believe, and I've got my chat up so I know what people are saying. But I like to do 100 things at once. But I'm going to share the screen real quick because I told you before we started that I wanted to mention that I have a raffle going. And I put a video up about this earlier. So if anyone really has a lot of questions about how this raffle works, I made a whole video about it. It's probably like 5 minutes long. It's not that long to watch, but it's a membership raffle. And so it's a hosted raffle, which means if you are already a member, you don't want to buy any spots for your buddy because your buddy can't sign up under you if they win this. They're going to sign up under somebody else if they win. So this is hosted by somebody else that's already a member, and she's decided to put in $100, and so the 10 spots equals $100, and that way, when you win, whoever wins, you don't have to pay if you want to do the $199 membership. I recommend using that $200 that you're getting for free towards the $499 membership. Wouldn't you recommend that, Todd? Wouldn't you say go for
I
the
would too. Yeah.
499?
Yep. Yep.
If you were going to get $200 towards your membership, why not just go big? But if you can't do that, whoever wins has the option of the $199 if they win. And so you got to buy a spot for $10, or you can buy 5 spots for 50. You know, how many spots you want to buy. And if you win, yeah, you paid a little bit of money, but you didn't pay just as much as you didn't pay as much as the whole amount. Like Todd and I, we paid the whole amount to get in.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so anyway, what's new with you? How's it going? Is it cold where you are? Tell us about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we're just talking about that. It's going to be 39 here tonight, which is like freezing for us. So yeah.
In Florida.
Yep. In Florida. Yep.
Sorry, I'm taking a drink of my drink here. I'm I'm cold too because it's 37 degrees here. So it's, not much better. But you've been moving around a little bit and not we're not getting into your personal life, but you're finally settled into a place that I think you're going to enjoy a little bit. Didn't you say?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a few miles north of where I usually live. Up in Ormond Beach, which is the north of the Daytona Beach. It's actually nice up here. So sometimes it's a little good just for a change of scenery and different roads to drive every day and different things. So it's nice. Oh yeah, it's good for me. Yeah.
And you've been busy, so it's not like you've been able to get out there much with the business, but you are still willing to get on here and talk with things about me. I mean, have you been playing with the Sound Money wallet, or how's that going for you?
Yeah, that's one of the things that we talk about tonight because I'm a new person just coming in, and one of the things that attracted me big time was this thing called the Sound Money Wallet. And what I like about it is that I don't like banks, like I'm sure no one does out there. We don't like all the nonsense that they put us through, but we have no place to put our money besides a bank. Well, until now. So when I get paid from my clients, this is what I'm doing because I just signed up and I'm going to as I get paid for my work. Some people get their checks electronically from their employers and so forth. But anyway, when I put it in my bank, I'm just going to leave enough in my little local bank to do the few little things I need it for, and the rest is going right to my Sound Money wallet, which I can put it in there. And as soon as I put it in there, I can convert it over to gold and silver instantly. And so it's there. And if I need it, like tomorrow, I have an emergency or a bill due, I can go over there, transfer from gold and silver back to cash, and then back over here. Or I'll get a debit card, which
Mm.
I can just use it to pay for the item, whatever it is that I need. So I don't, from when I first looked at this, for someone wanting to buy gold and silver, the nonsense that we have to go through, we talked about this, going to your local pawn shop or the flea market, buying your coin or so forth, hanging on to it when you're ready to sell. Let's say it's 7:30 at night or 6:30 at night. I can't sell my coin right now, and those shops are open, so I'd have to wait till tomorrow, go to a shop, pay it, and they buy it back at a discount, and the whole thing is cumbersome. And with this, it's open 24/7 basically. Anytime, day or night, I want to convert cash to gold to silver, and back and forth, vice versa. It's available. It's priceless, this service. So yeah, I mean, it's incredible. Yeah.
I think that I learned today that the debit card that
Yeah.
we have,
Okay.
it has a virtual card too. I can't show you guys because I didn't know what I was doing. I made a bunch of mistakes with it. I was like, "What's this virtual card?" And I accidentally canceled the virtual card, so I can't pull it up and show you. I have to get they'll give me a new one, but it's a virtual card that will have
Huh.
an account number and everything like that you can use without your debit card. You just if you want to use online purchases. And I knew they were
Oh,
talking about that. I just didn't know if it was going to be through our website or through the debit card that we already use. And it's the debit card we already use is a 7K Metals debit card, but it's through a third party company called PayQuicker. And so I found out what looking at today, I was like, oh, I have a virtual card. And what I need is a new plastic card because mine is expired. So I accidentally reported the virtual card stolen, which I don't even know why that's an option. But I guess somebody could steal a virtual card. But anyway, I would show you guys, but I messed it up. And you can now use it for just online purchases without even needing the plastic account number and all that stuff. You can, again, I can't play with it and show you because I messed it all up. But when I get that fixed, I'll be able to show everybody. But I can show you the picture of the Sound Money wallet and how easy it is to transfer. You just click transfer, and then yes, it'll say, okay, oh yeah, so where do I want to whatever I want to transfer from. So let's say I want to transfer from my silver balance to gold, and then I just type in the amount, and it's free to do that. That doesn't cost money. Or I can transfer from my silver balance to another member, like, I could put in whatever amount to Todd Morgan, and there he shows up. So I can see that I'm definitely sending it to him. So that's another way to transfer it. Or I can send it, you can say, mail it to me, mail me my silver. Or if I
oh,
had, yeah, so you can have your gold mailed to you, you can have your silver mailed to you, and then you got an amount that you want. I've got 7/10 of an ounce of gold in there, so I guess I could ask for a half ounce or something. I don't know. But anyway,
right.
as far as I know, the only fee for this is the buyback price. So you're going to get a buyback price. So when you look at the price of gold and silver eagles today, it's 27.88 for the silver eagle. I'm going to get some whatever the buyback price is. I'm not going to get 27.88 for my silver eagles. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah, and I was just thinking as soon as we're talking, let's just say I want to sell. I've got a couple of silver rounds or something I want to sell. Where you make and lose money is in the transaction fees. It's like that if you buy stocks or whatever it is. Let's just say I want to go sell a couple coins tomorrow or a couple silver rounds or a gold round. I've got to take about an hour's worth of my time to get in my car, drive to wherever the location is I'm going to do it. You got gas, you got that expense, you've got an hour of my work time going into it. You get there, if you're buying your coin, let's say I'm going to go buy my coin, you're going to pay above spot because you always do. And the same thing when you go to sell, they're going to say, oh, how they finagle you,
Yep.
like a Moroccan market that you're
Yep.
in. And so it's just the whole thing is just cumbersome. And to be able to have this service, to be able to do it instantaneously, it's priceless. It really is. And the fact they don't charge any fees for it is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They had some bankers asking him too. They're like, "Why wouldn't you take these fees? Why wouldn't you use this? Why wouldn't you take that money? It's so much. It's some apparently this huge sum of money of fees." But I
right,
guess they're just doing. The company obviously is doing well enough. They don't have to nickel and dime us.
right. That's
They're
incredible.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're saying we don't have to. We're doing well enough. And even if they weren't, I'm not sure that they're trying to get rich off of those fees at all or anything like that. When there was a fee, it was like 99 cents or something, I think, just to transfer to another member or something. So although we transfer so much between members, that probably really adds up. So it's a huge pay cut for them to not charge us those fees anymore.
right, right. And the thing about it is too, Aaron, is like I don't want to. We're hot right now, and you've talked about this in your other show. Right now, the only place you can put your money is in a bank. And now we're going to go, and everybody think about this for a minute. We're going to go cashless here soon. What is going to happen when we become cashless? You go to your bank and you tell your bank, I'd like to close my account. I'd like my funds, please. What are they going to
Yeah.
give you? A slip
Especially
of
if you have,
paper?
yeah, especially if you have a large amount, they're going to tell you they won't cash it out for you.
That's exactly right. Yep. So what I don't know what they're going to give you. They'll tell you we can give you a maybe a cashier's check. I don't know if those things are going to be available. And you can only do one thing with that, take it to another institution and put your money there and play the same game. With this, putting your funds from your bank into this private entity, and instead of it being just the only thing they can give you at the bank is worthless paper, this one you get gold and silver. The only
Right.
thing that has real value, tangible real value, and you would rather put your money in a bank than have this service. It's crazy. It's just unreal. So yeah,
Well, and plus you said, what was it you said about your if you have a what do you call it, the box, the
safety deposit
safety
box. Yeah.
deposit box. Yeah, what happens? Oh, what is this? Maybe later. Leave me alone. Close. Uh, how do I get rid of this big thing? There we go. Anyway, if you have a safety deposit box in a bank, that's game if the bank decides to, go for a total bank run and they're out of money and they need to
Mhm.
take everything they can.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing I want to bring up too. Bitcoin. I know everybody thinks it's great, and I'm sure it is, but I personally think this is going to be the next Bitcoin as far as the growth and whatever people that benefit from it. But it's real money, and um, again, I'm not going to be at their mercy. And so when the bank has a bank run and they tell you, "Oh, I'm so sorry, we're only going to offer you 30 cents on the dollar or something," again, what are you going to get from them? They can't give you cash anymore. So yeah, I'm looking to take everything out that I don't absolutely have to keep in there for little stuff. But anyway, if you get if your paychecks are electronic, you never see your money. It's crazy. So yeah.
I've been telling people since somebody asked me about was this a Ponzi scheme, and I know I'm telling you guys over and over, but there's sometimes new people come in and they don't think about this, and there's people that trust their bank more than they trust this company, and they think we're trying to sell them some kind of fraudulent business, and they think it's a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme. And the Ponzi scheme is your bank because the bankers are making all the money, but the profits are coming in from all of us. We're giving them our money. So we're basically the investors, right? The scheme leads victims to believe that the profits are coming from product sales or other means, right? Or that we're getting interest rates or something, that we're getting this great deal like, oh, our college trust fund for my kid, it's the best thing to put all this money into a bank and let it grow over 20 years. But really what's happening is they're handing out that money to everybody else, and it only maintains the illusion of sustainable business as long as the new investors, new people coming in, contribute new funds, which they do with banks. It never ends. Banks,
Mhm.
everybody trusts banks. Well, not everybody. You know what I mean. A lot of people, most people trust banks, and as long as everybody doesn't come in and demand full repayment, then it's gonna continue to go on and on and on, and the bankers are going to continue to make money. But if people came in and said, I want my money, that's when they fall apart. And we know that's what happened in the bank run of the Great Depression because the
Yep.
banks back then didn't even have enough. And now they only have to hold 0% reserve. Zero.
Yeah, I know. You drive around your car now and you see these bank buildings, and they're just empty buildings. There's nothing in there. There's nothing
Hmm.
in the vault. It's all they keep a little bit of money there for some daily cash transactions. But it gets me because everyone complains about the banks and how they've robbed us, but yet everyone still feeds them. Quit feeding the monster. And the only real tangible assets are really like gold and silver. So we got to get it out of their hands, get it back into our hands. And if you're going to complain about this whole money system that we're stuck in, but yet you won't do anything to change it, or at least change it in your own personal life, you really can't complain about it.
I'm typing in the chat just to let everybody know. We're in the UK, Australia, Canada, the United States, and Singapore. I don't know if you know anyone in Singapore, but we are there if anyone wants. As far as other countries, you can be in another country and sign up, but you have to have your gold and silver put in a vault that costs, I don't know, maybe like $15 a month, and then you have to work with that vault to have your funds shipped to you, your gold and silver shipped to you. But we are working on being more available. And I talked to somebody last night that's in New Zealand. that seemed to say that seemed to that if he could buy through Australia, that that would work even with him in New Zealand. That
Huh.
he'd be able because it's probably not that much of a trip for them, I guess. You know, if he needs to get over to pick it up in Australia, or maybe he has family in Australia where he can have it shipped to, because they can because that's where we in these countries you can get your physical gold and silver now from our company.
Hmm. Well, Aaron, you're mentioning the thing about the Ponzi scheme, and when I turn on YouTube when I want to watch videos, it seems like there's a commercial leading into every video.
Mhm.
There's some cash flow system, or some guy's laid out. The other one I saw yesterday, he's got like 100 checks laid out on his desk, and how they're selling their system and so forth. And I know we're getting hit with this. And I'm not going to criticize someone else's what they're doing, but this isn't a cash flow system. This isn't some scheme. This is real assets that you're buying. And I guess the point we'll make is if you're looking at this, don't let all that nonsense keep you away from something that is sound and does work, because this is sound and it's tangible and it's real. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
because even if you never made a business out of it, you're still if you bought gold and silver, even, especially the monthly coin, if you get on the monthly coin and you after a year you're like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. At least you have 12 coins that are a valuable asset. There was a study called by Raymond Lombra that he did over a 30-year period, and in this 30-year period he studied real estate, bullion, graded coins, and stocks and bonds. And between all those things, the best coin or the best item in that list that had the best return was graded coins, and they weren't even all MS70 graded coins. I mean, they could have just been low grade. They could have been in the 50s or the 60s, and they still graded. They still had a return of 200% compared to gold bullion, which actually beat also stocks and bonds, which shouldn't surprise us. And real
Right.
estate was going to do well, but that only if the real estate's making money for you. If you're able to rent out the land or rent out a home or rent out an apartment or something, real estate's not really going to make any money for you. So basically, over 30 years, graded coins came out above everything. And so the people that are like, oh, I don't want those graded coins, I'm not into collectibles, that's fine. You don't have to be, there's a lot of just stackers. But the proof is in the pudding in that study over 30 years that graded coins came out 200% over gold and silver bullion, which also came out way higher than any stock or bond. And that's what people think they should be getting into. They're like, well, I want a good, 401k, or I want to do mutual funds, or, my Primerica guy told me to do it this way. And like, why would you get into paper, especially at a time like this? Why would
Right.
you get into futures, ETFs at a time like this? And I hear these Christian debt helpers, their counselors on the radio say that. No, ETFs are good too. Diversify, but all they are diversifying in is more paper. And
Yeah.
and then they'll say, "Oh, well, we tell people to buy 5% in gold and silver, but who do you tell them to buy it from? How would they
Mm.
even know where to go and who to buy it from? You're just selling them paper and then saying, "Yeah, go get some gold and silver." They're not even going to know who to go to or what they should be buying, or how they should they be buying it in fractionals, should they be buying it in large coins, should they be buying just a big huge bar? They don't know.
Right. Well, here's something I just thought of when you said that. Let's say you buy gold and silver for yourself. Who is benefiting from that? You are. If you invest in stocks and so forth, who is benefiting from that? The company you're investing in. And these companies that are in these big portfolios, most of them are big pharma and big banks and big
Mhm.
insurance and so forth. So once again, if you're going to be a good steward of your money, here you are taking your hard-earned work, your money, energy, and converting it into whatever it is, and then you're giving it back to these big corporations so they get bigger and eat up the small guy.
Yep.
Way to go. Thanks a lot. Again, you're contributing to this, building this monster, and it's just not good stewardship. I don't want any part of stocks and bonds. I don't want to build these big companies that sell poisons and the drugs and all that kind of stuff. I don't want any part of it. So I'm
And
not
that's
going to
the
do it.
and that's the pyramid scheme also. This job also gets us out from the pyramid scheme that is the regular 9 to 5 job. Now, some people they love their 9 to 5 job, so I'm not putting that down. Just like you said, you're not putting down some of these other companies and the businesses they're pushing. Some people really love that 9 to 5 and it's a good job. It's their
Yeah.
dream. They put their heart and soul into it, and that's awesome. We are offering a way to do a 9 to 5 and maybe something a little bit more. Like maybe a few, $500 check once a month or something for somebody who just does this part time, or even just a $500 check every other month. I know my daddy probably gets, because we pay out at the 250 now range. We pay out 250, 500, and 1,000, and so on. And my dad
Okay.
gets a $250 check maybe every couple months. And I know he appreciates that. In fact, he just turns it into more gold and silver. I don't even think he cashes it out and uses it for bills or anything like that. He just simply
Right.
turns it into more precious metals. And I think he's putting it into a sound money wallet now too. So he's getting 250 bucks every other month or so, and he's totally pleased with that. So there, but you might be a person that wants to get out of the 9 to 5. You might be a person that's like me, got fired from a lot of jobs, and you thought I
Mhm.
thought there was something wrong with me. I'm like, oh, there's something wrong with me. I'm getting fired all the time. I'm just not good at this thing, or what's wrong with me? And it turns out I learned I'm just really entrepreneurial, and I do better on my own schedule, and not necessarily as my own boss. I do well with direction and everything, but the direction comes from this business. They've given me the direction, they've given me the tools, they've given me the training, and now I've got the direction from them, and now I get to go do it my own way, and like I do the YouTube videos. That's my own way of doing it. But you still have to talk to people about it, or you don't get much done. But this has been
Right.
fun for me. I get to do it on my own time.
Right. And there's a couple things here as you're saying that. I'm thinking, I know you like I love what I do. I rebuild homes. It gives me great joy to work with my hands as a man, but also it's getting very expensive to do it. If you have that 9 to 5 or that company job that you love, I'm going to keep saying this. Are you willing to do what they're going to ask you to do here
True.
in the upcoming weeks? Are you going to take the test? Are you going to take the VC? I'm just going to tell you, and I think you get mad at me for saying this, everyone. You take the VC, that is, they're introducing something into you that might just make you unredeemable.
Yep.
And I'm not doing it. So I've got to have something that I can go to in case. And just like I've shared with you before, even though I'm independent, I still have to go into the Home Depot to get my materials. And if they start this thing where you're going to have a certificate of vaccine, I'm not doing it. I'm out of business. So yeah. And the other thing of that is too, even if you don't want to work the business end of this, you need to be buying gold and silver. I mean, what was it I read, Aaron, that over 60% of the people in 7K signed back up, renew their that's enormous. That's a huge number.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I
they realize they're getting value for their membership.
That's
Yep.
right. And if you look at, so like, I won't pull it up and show everybody's like names, but I'll just kind of let me share this real quick. When you go to my website and I pull up all the people, whoops, that's not it. There we go.
Hmm.
I'm able to pull up what's called my downline, but they're just my team. And when I launch this, there's a whole bunch of people. There, I think there's 184 on my left and like 24
Wow.
on my right. And when I go down, and those are active members. That doesn't mean there aren't people that there are people that are buying that aren't active, like they're not trying to earn the income. You know what I'm saying? So these are
Right.
the active members. I'd show you guys, but it shows all their personal. It shows you their full name, and so I don't want to do that. But anyway, I've got 184 people who are earning income on my left.
Okay.
But you go and you look and you see that a lot of them aren't associates yet, so they haven't signed up two people. But I can see that they've got the money in there to get a paycheck. So if they just get those two people, they'd get paid. And I think that even still, those people they'll renew and they'll get those points and they'll keep accruing, and they're not complaining because they're still happy, even though they could cash out their paychecks. I can see that. Like I can see that they're
Right.
actively buying, they're getting points, but they've only got like one person they've signed up, or maybe haven't signed up anybody, or maybe one of them went inactive and so they're not getting paid, but they're continuing to work. They're continuing to buy the stuff, maybe not work, like they're not maybe going out there talking to people, but they're continuing to buy the products that keep them active enough to get points. And so just to show you what I mean by points, like on my dashboard, I can kind of show it this way. This is the way how I can show you. I've got 85 people getting coin of the month on the first week on my left. So that's 1,600 points. That's essentially dollars. And if I can get that right
Okay.
side to be doing the same thing, that's how you get that $1,000 a week, right? Is you have
Okay.
the coin of the month. So all these people aren't necessarily cashing out paychecks, but they love the coin of the month and they keep renewing. Like you said, we have a huge renewal rate. And it's because I think it's also because we're still small and a lot of us have gotten to know the owners really well, and they do things that make us feel like they care about us. They
Hmm.
want to introduce new, like they'll introduce new coins that are extremely. fun. I should show you guys since I'm
Yeah.
hold on. I put things I
Go
didn't
ahead.
I didn't put my coolest stuff close to me, and I should have. It's close enough though.
Yeah,
So this
and when you're looking for that, I decided right off the bat, I'm participating in this company whether I decide to work the business end or not. One, the prices of the gold and silver, I can't beat. I can't find anywhere I can get, you know, I can purchase cheaper with no minimum. So even if I don't do the business side of this,
right.
I'm 100% in just for the convenience of buying and selling, and to have that sound money wallet, and that thing is just, to me, is priceless. Yeah.
That is probably why we're getting even more and more people to sign up right now, is simply because of that Sound Money wallet. I would say that's one of the biggest reasons. But so they do the monthly coin, and on the monthly coin you can get a silver eagle. Hold on, I got one. You can get a silver eagle that has a label like the state series. So like this one says New Mexico. It might be backwards for everybody, but it says New Mexico right there. And that label is special for 7K. They're doing that just for 7K. And the Silver Eagle remains the same, but it's the label that changes. Well, that's been so popular, like so overwhelmingly popular. This company sells more MS-70 Silver Eagles than any company in the entire world. But that has been so overwhelmingly popular that they've decided to create a state coin for the variety one. So we have the Silver Eagle, and then the variety is one that changes. So for instance, like there, this one is a variety coin, I think. So like the Philharmonic, that's different. It's going to be a lower population of them. There's not going to be as many as the Silver Eagle. But now they're making special for 7K metals, state coins for the variety. So this is Idaho on it. This is the first
Cool.
one. It's going to be wildly popular. And it's got the eagles on the back with the mom and the daddy eagle and the baby eagle over a nest. And
That's
somewhere
cool.
somewhere in there, I need to get my glasses. Haven't gotten them yet. I qualified for bifocals, but they're not in yet. Somewhere in there is a little 7K, and so I'm excited to get my glasses so that I can find it. And that's something this company does special for us, is these are made only for this company, and they are just wildly popular. Especially that state label one. You're like, well, it's just a silver eagle. That state label. If you guys have you ever been to a coin convention?
Yes. When I was younger, yeah, I've been
So
to one.
you'll
They're fun.
find they are so fun. You'll
Yeah.
find obscure things that people are selling, not just coins. They might have an old case that doesn't even have the coin in it anymore, going for several hundred to $1,000, because the
Yep.
the case is now rare. So it's the label in it that makes this one worthwhile. Is the label that is they're on their 10th state, and they're going through all the states for the whole country. So they'll do all 50. Now there's this one that new members, if they hurry up and sign up, can be a part of, and it's the White House is Burning coin by Miles Standish. This is a 2-ounce coin. Look how thick it is compared to this. So
Oh,
this
I
is,
love the 2 ounce coins. Yeah, they're bigger and they're thicker and fat. Yes.
yeah, so there's the
I
back
didn't
of it.
realize I didn't realize that was a 2 ounce. Oh yeah, I love those.
This one is. I just ordered the 1-ounce version, which has a different. It's got Polly Madison, Madison's wife or whatever, that protected all of the paintings of George Washington when they set the White House
Oh
on
yeah, I remember
fire.
that. Okay, yes.
But anyway, here's my interruption I told you guys about. It's
Hello
okay.
there.
Anyway, this one, um, at the bottom it says, "Where we go one, we go all." So
Hmm.
imagine how collectible that's going to be for the Q people. I don't know if you're familiar with Q, but the Q people are going to, they'd be nuts about that. They would want that for a high dollar. And anyway, that's only 7K. You can't buy that from anybody else until you can buy it secondhand. The only way you
Well,
can buy it, again, is secondhand, just like this first one that he did. Um, just like this Liberty coin that he did. So you can't. I bought this secondhand. I didn't actually buy it from our company.
yeah, I
There,
remember you saying that. Yeah,
I got it
yeah.
from the coin shop because I got lucky with that. Our local coin shop had one, but you know why? Is because a 7K Metals member sold it to them for next to nothing,
Really.
and yeah, they
Well, for
some
those who just looking at this, for the first time, when you join, I get my little coin that came in, my
keep
little
going.
MS-69, and I, get that in the mail was pretty cool. So again, from my little membership, that was $199, $206 with tax. I get this nice silver coin. That's $28. So right, ends up being like $175 to get a membership in here to buy this stuff at the lowest prices. It's just cool. I just I'm just excited about it. It's fun. And we were talking, we titled the show tonight, All I Want for Christmas. And I'm going to ask everybody, what are you buying for Christmas gifts this year? Wouldn't it be cool to have, giving things out like this, to friends and family?
Mhm.
Something that has real value to it. So,
Yeah, speaking
yeah,
of which, there was, let me share the screen. There was a couple, oh, I hate it when this thing does that. Things pop up and I can't get it out of the way. There was some Christmas coins. I don't know if that there are any more. Takes a little bit. Hold on. Please hold.
okay,
There was, I don't know if you guys are into Christmas stuff, but here's a snowman holiday one. The Trump one's just sold out. There is this one too, which is kind of cool. The Roaring Lion. That's not Christmassy. But there was this one and another Christmas one that says seasoned greetings. And last year they actually were ornaments that you could hang on the tree. And I bought a couple for my mom last year to put on the tree, so she should still have them this year. But they're an ounce of silver. I mean, what a cool gift. Yeah, they're hanging on the tree, but you also remind them that it has value. And you say, this is valuable. So even though you're hanging it on the tree, this is an ounce of silver. Don't lose it. Don't lose it between this year and next year.
maybe someone should do a Trump coin because Trump has Janus, the two-faced god that people are calling him, and each side of the coin can have the two
Like
faces.
like Two Face, like Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't much look like him. I actually have that one. I bought it last time they were selling him, but it's
Oh, you
from
did.
Golden State Mint. Yeah,
Okay.
Golden State Mint was selling. That's where you can get them, but that means they got it from Golden State Mint for a better price. So I wonder, it'd be kind of funny to see. I mean, I can't do it in real time now. I don't think because I might be able to, but if you look at the price of that, it was 28.93. It
Right.
might be less than Golden State Mint was even selling it, but it might not be because Golden's, might be about the same. And I can't check it in real time because now we're after hours anyway. But if you
Right.
could, if it wasn't sold out and you could check it in real time, you might find that this is less. But I do know our Silver Eagles, the last time I checked, were $7 less than Atmex. $7 for
Really.
1 ounce. That's a huge
You,
difference.
what I think is cool is that, gold is so expensive. I always just buy silver. But then when you scroll down there, they have the little, is it 1/10 ounce? Is that how small they come in the gold?
They come into gram size, but yes, you can get a
Oh,
10th ounce.
okay. Yeah, I think there's one that looks like a wafer bar. If you can, I think you can actually break them or something.
Yeah, that's
You
the
can.
combi
Oh, okay.
bar. I
Uh,
have that. Don't worry. Let me
oh,
show
you
you.
do really?
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Yay. Like I'm not doing. Okay. See,
Oh, yeah. So they're 1 gram each. Is that what they are?
these are 1 gram each. Yep. And there's a
Oh,
hundred
that
of
is
them.
so cool.
101 grams.
Do anybody realize if we end up in a barter system, how valuable that's going to be?
Mhm.
You know? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I don't have them in gold, but I do have two of those in silver, and I'm not partying with them
And
anytime
if
soon.
if you know anything about banking, and when the gentleman in the company explained banking going back to Babylonian times, and even back in the turn of the century when people traveled, the purpose of necklaces were.
Right.
There was a link in the chain, so as that you carried your money with you,
Yeah.
and if you needed, you would break off the link and you would sell the link. Same thing with the earrings. If you know the story about the earrings for the sailors
Mhm.
that wore the
Mhm.
earring, you know why they wore that earring?
Tell me.
Supposedly is that in case when you die, that would pay for your burial, your earring. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
So the story.
this is the 10th ounce. Since you mentioned the 10th ounce gold, there's the 10th ounce gold.
Oh yeah.
It's cute and tiny compared to the bigger 1 ounce silver.
Right. Yeah, but it gives you a way that you can buy in the gold without flipping $1,300 or whatever it is an ounce right now. So yeah.
Precisely. Yeah. So it's much less expensive. We do have 10th ounce and quarter ounce and stuff and half ounce usually available. And again, it's the way it is right now is it's hit and miss with what's available in the shop because every company is low on silver. So you see it, if you see it in the back office, I suggest you buy it right
Right.
away, and then you don't have to worry about waiting. But even if you can't, like I have to pick on Rockman because he said I keep trying to get Silver Eagles, but they're always out when I am ready to buy them. Except for we're not out because if you buy them through the Sound Money wallet, you're getting silver eagles and you can cash out anytime you want to. Again, there's the buyback issue, but it was down to $22 an ounce the other day, so and it's down again today. So 22 an ounce, I think this was, I don't remember. Whatever the silver eagle price was lower,
Right.
26 or something. If you put it in at that and then you cashed out at when it goes up to, I mean, went up to 29 just a couple months ago, and if you
Uh,
cashed out at that, your buyback is actually making money. Your buyback is still higher than what you bought in at. So who
Yeah, and
cares about it?
and Aaron, I hope it stays down as long as it can because it's
I
fun
know.
when you can buy something at 28 bucks an ounce, and we know we know what's gonna happen with it. So I'm hoping it stays down as long as it can, so I can purchase as much as I can because yeah, it's fun. I do want to make a comment about this. I don't talk about other people's channels or anything else, but I did hear something. I think it was from one of his shows 2 days ago, and I'll just say it was Casey over at Enter the Stars. He made a comment about gold and silver, and he kind of criticized it, saying that you shouldn't be storing up treasures here on Earth. And I just want to, have a rebuttal to that comment. I work for a living. I work my rear end off, hard physical labor. I want to take that labor that I have, that energy I put. I don't want it in paper money that's worthless. I want it in something that's tangible. So if I'm going to buy gold and silver, I'm doing it to protect and get paid for something tangible for my work. I'm not laying up treasures on earth. I'm using it to live off of, to pay the bills and have something. It's not about laying up treasures on earth. It's about not being stupid and accepting worthless fiat currency for your labor and having something that you can tangibly hold on to. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I didn't kind of like what I've heard, and it's amazing that some of these people that want you to support them and for them to sit home all day and make videos, well, that's fine, but like most of us that are watching, we work really hard for our money. It's not about storing up treasures on earth. It's about being smart, being a good steward with your money, and having something tangible that for your work. So
I,
I had to
I
say that.
I love that you mentioned that because there was a video, I don't remember which one, it was probably live, where I addressed that specifically. And I
Oh, really?
said, yeah, I said, there's two things that the Bible says, don't store up your treasures here on earth, you'll store them in heaven. And I'll say what I know that to mean in my prayer in my life, with Jesus, and also that they'll be throwing the gold and silver in the streets. But gold and
Right,
silver is mentioned 365 times in the Bible, and it has always been money for 5,000 years or 6,000 years, depending on the timeline that we're looking at. And so, about storing your treasures up, what that really means is your roles and the work that you do now. And when you can enjoy the kingdom of heaven now and understand what that looks like, and then you show people what that looks like, and you play a role now in your purpose in life for Jesus Christ, you're storing
right,
those treasures in heaven. I
right,
think I think what that means to store on earth is to do worldly things, like to want to just do things for yourself, not for other
right,
people. And so the example is of a man that stores a whole bunch of hay in a barn that he's never, or a whole bunch of whatever he's storing, a whole bunch of stuff in a barn that he's never going to use, like a silo or seed, a whole bunch of grain seed, I think it is, that he's
right,
storing up and that he's never going to use. And that's like worldly stuff. It's You're never going to use it in heaven. And so that doesn't mean don't use gold and silver and don't use the dollar, because that stuff still exists today. Gold and
right.
silver exists right now. The dollar still exists right now. We can use these things right now. As far as when they throw their gold and silver out in the streets, that's not happening yet. Everything is still being used, and until that happens, we can use these things.
Yeah, and as far as that reference to throwing gold and silver out in the street, what it's saying
I'm
is
still listening.
it'll eventually get to the point that those will be the two last things on earth that'll have value, is what it's saying, and they'll end up even throwing that out. But that will be the end of the end because that will be come down to the last two things of value, your gold and your silver. So everything
Right.
else will go before it. That's what I'm
Correct,
getting
exactly.
at.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So that when that day comes, yes, we will not care one bit about it. But since we're
yeah.
not there yet, are we going to throw our dollars out in the streets because one day they're going to throw gold and silver out in the streets? Is that how it's
Mhm.
going to work? No, we're not throwing our dollars out in the street. Well, I mean, some people are wasting them, but it's if you're going to use that example, then you might as well say, well, then get rid of your dollars too, and get rid of your house and get rid of all your extra stuff and be like the wealthy man who didn't want to get rid of all his, get rid of everything. If that's how you feel you're led to be, if you think gold and silver is trying to store your treasures on earth. But anyway, As far as yeah, storing your treasures on earth, I really think that has to do with what you're doing for the kingdom of heaven on earth for
Right.
your role in the future more than it has to do with it than money.
Yep. Yep. I agree 100%. Absolutely.
My family's being extremely loud, so I apologize for the disruption, but I don't feel like there's much I can do right now. So maybe they'll quiet down in a few minutes.
One of the things I wanted to talk about tonight is I have a little checklist here. As I mentioned when we talked before the show started, I wanted to talk about what this company is not. And I just want to throw out some preconceived ideas out there that you may have. And it always comes down to, is this a multi-level marketing? Is this Amway? Is it Herbalife? Whatever it is. And I'm going to say this, absolutely no, it is not. The big thing about this company is we do not sell a product. There are no products. A product is something that's made, manufactured. This is gold and silver. It is the real, it's the real assets of Earth, period. So we're not selling you a product or a service, so to speak, or a system or something. You are purchasing real hard assets. It's a buyer's club for that. That's all it is. We come together, we're buying in large quantities, all of us. We get the best price available, and we have the best service for buying and selling it. That's it, period. You know, not anything else. It's just a buyer's club. No different than Amazon. You know, you buy your membership. What's Amazon Prime cost? Is it like $100 or
I'm
something?
not. It might be like $10 a month or $12 a month or something. I'm not
And
sure.
what do you get? And what do you get for that? What do you get? Because I don't even
Free
know. I just
shipping on a lot of stuff. Some movies. You can stream more
okay,
movies.
right. So you buy this thing like you buy at
It's
Sam's.
membership benefits.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's no different. So that's it. That's
Well,
all it is.
you're right
Period.
about this. There is no product because it's money. We're exchanging, right? We're exchanging our dollar for money. Like you said, a product is something manufactured to use for like your face cream or your weight loss supplement or that kind of stuff, which is all fine. They're good products if but I'd rather have a closet full of gold and silver than a closet full of milkshakes and face cream.
Yeah, and if you're buying products, the company wants you to use those products. We don't want you to. You're not using. You're storing them and
Yeah.
keeping them. It's an asset for you. And I just thought about this too. When you have, because I'm getting ready to buy some coins tonight, and a couple of things I'm looking at. But we like when we work and we earn our money, we like to do things with it. We like to spend and buy things. So if you get in the habit of doing this, you're buying these cool coins and these rounds and stuff, and it's just fun. So you're able to do something fun with your money. You can store it and have it shipped home to you so you can play with it or whatever. It's just, yeah. And I've already changed so many bad habits in a week, because usually if your money's in your bank, you will spend it on a million things. And
Yes.
now all I can think about is how quick can I get it over to my Sound Money wallet and how much gold and silver do I want to have? It's completely changed for me. It was a complete paradigm flip, I guess you could call it or something. Yeah.
I'm glad that you said that creating good habits because that's exactly why there's an auto saver coin, which I showed you guys already and I already put away. But the reason that there is that is that it's a good habit to get something coming in every month. Also, that keeps you available to earn the income. You can't earn the income if you're just buying the bullion. If you're just buying the at wholesale stuff, I don't earn income off of what you buy wholesale. Nobody earns income off what I buy wholesale, but I
Right.
still think we should buy that stuff. We please buy it. Don't worry about my
Right.
income. But the way that we hold on just a second. Can we quiet down please just a little bit, guys? Please. Sorry.
We're
But
real here.
but I like to earn income like I showed. I've earned now over $24,000 in the 3.5 years I've been doing this, and the only way I can do that is by buying something that keeps those points going. And that monthly coin not only is a good habit because it's going to be worth well above what I pay for it, well above what I pay for it. We know that just from the 30-year study that Raymond Lombard did. It's going to be worth, on average, 200% more than what I paid for it. So we know that, but also I'm earning the income because of it. So if people want to complain about the price to get in, which not many people do, but if they did, if they're like, or concerned, if they're concerned about the price to get in, or they're concerned about that monthly payment, then I could say, well, then get a $500 check every week, and then
Right.
they're paying for it for you. They're buying it for you. So why be concerned about that price?
Hmm.
Avlin,
Exactly.
shush, please. Avlin, quiet, please. I'm sorry. Well,
All right.
we're almost I don't know what else, what if you had more you wanted to talk about anyway. We're
No,
probably getting
I
close
just
to the
wanted
time.
a couple of things because I know I've got some people that are looking at this, and like I looked at it, and there'll be something that'll set a trigger off, and you realize, hey, wait a minute, this is a good deal. I need to get in on this thing. And another thing too about it, Aaron, is that we all. I listened to your show the other night, and it's a way for us that are spend time learning all that we're learning from our discoveries and so forth as truthers to continue doing this, and we can make some money while we're doing it. Just spending 2 hours here just sitting to a show, we're spending our time, and we're doing this amongst ourselves. We're making ourselves more financially sound, and it's just I don't see a downside to it, and it's just fun, makes it exciting. So yeah,
Yes, and then your excitement gets me excited, which gets other people
yeah.
excited often, and that's why we have these events that we go to because that gets people excited. So there's an event not till May in Salt Lake City, but we just went to one in Idaho Falls, me and Doc Michael, and it gets us going. It gets us excited. Like even when I'm all mad, like why is that person doing so well all of a sudden? Then I'm like, I need to get going. I need to get, I don't need to be doing as well as that guy, but I get pumped up for my own self even when I get frustrated, which it just happens, I get frustrated. I'm like, that guy's new and he's already making 5 grand a week. Like, how's that? But hey,
Right.
guys, I'm almost done. Can we please quiet down? I'm almost done. Avalyn, quiet. This is
So how many little ones do you have? Two?
I have two, and then I have two adults here as well. So they're not. They're just talking like there's nothing going on here. So I apologize to everybody,
No,
but
no, it's okay. And I want to say one other thing, Aaron. In our last show that I told you how I found out about the company and stuff, and I was really concerned that when you don't, I had no backup. I know what's coming down the road, and I was like, man, if I lose my ability to buy my materials because I'm going to take a stand against this, what am I going to do? I'm really getting scared. So now it gave me some hope, and it's something that I'm very confident in now, and I'm very thankful for that, guys. Because look, did you know Qantas Airlines? I think we talked about
yes,
this.
I saw
Is it
that.
Qantas? Yeah, they
Qantas,
made the
yeah.
announcement you're not going to fly without certificate of vaccine, and the other ones are following. I mean, it's here, it's happening now. So,
Mhm.
yep. And
They did
I've
say
got a
that.
video that I'm putting up on my channel, Aaron. It's called tonight's video I'm putting up is called Sleeper Cells, and learned a few things from Zen Garcia on this, but about us, our role and purpose here on Earth, and how our identity was been hidden until these last days. And it's kind of like we're like sleeper cells that have been here, and we're being called to duty right now.
Right.
And so, as we do this, our lives are going to change significantly. So the way we used to go about doing business and things is changing. So because we're being called to duty, and this is a way for you to continue doing it and do your assignment that God's given you, and yet still be able to support yourself and earn an income doing it. So I'm
And
very thankful for it, and I just hope everyone takes a little bit of a harder look at it and realize one thing: what it's not. It's not some multi-level nonsense thing going on. It is a real. It's you buying real assets. That's all it is. Period. So
yep, and it's the best gift we could give to somebody. We're gifting somebody by getting you involved with this business. It's a gift, and that's why we also tied it all
yeah.
out for Christmas, even though we don't believe this is the right date and time necessarily to celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Everybody is, so what are you gonna do? You can't buck the whole system. It's just too much work. So some things
Yep.
you just got to go along with the flow, and this is what we could gift all year round, but especially now at Christmas time. And that's, again, I'll remind people, I have the membership raffle. If you just came in, I'm going to show it one more time if you don't mind. I'm going to remind
Yeah.
people that there is a membership raffle going on right now that is $10 a spot, and you pay $10 a spot, and if you win, the person that's hosting this is going to give you another $100, so you can buy in at the 199 if you want, but I recommend you take that $200 if you win and do the 499, because now you're only paying 300 instead of 500 to get in at the top tier with the business cards, the wealth strategy books, paying the whole monthly internet fees. You're getting the training, you're getting the direct pricing, and you're getting an MS70 and bullion. I mean, I would just say start in at 499, but if you can't and you win this membership, at least you can start in at 199 and you'll have some money to invest. So I wanted to remind people that's up on my community page. So as a, you just go to click community and you're going to see that this is already going. There's already 2 spots taken. So you want to get in on that. If you're not a member, if you're not a member already, this is not for members. This is for non-members entirely.
Okay.
So anything else you want to say before we
No,
say
that's
good
it.
night?
Well, I'm just glad we had a good little conversation this evening. And like I said, again, it's Christmas, so this makes really great Christmas gifts, guys. So, that would be a good time to do it. Yep,
And we're here to help you. So the email to reach you is ptoddmorgan@gmail.com, right?
that is it. Yes, ma'am.
And I have put your website pinned at the top of this chat, but it's also in the
Oh, thank you.
description box for 7K Metals. And so if you know Todd, or even if you know me and you'd like Todd more, go to his website. It helps me. It doesn't matter. You can sign up with him or me. So that is in the description box, and it's also should be showing up on this. Oh, it's not showing up on the screen now, but it shows up on the screen when we started, and it'll show up on the screen as we're ending. So yeah, give yourself the gift of gold and silver this Christmas. Join us. Join us.
That's it. Okay.
That's it. All right. Well, then we'll say goodnight, and I appreciate you, and thanks for being here. Let's keep doing this, and we'll
Yes.
have an episode 3 when you're ready for the next one, whenever you're ready.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Peace and love. Good night.
All right, sweetheart. All right, bye. I do out.
Okay, guys. So thanks for listening. We, as you know, got the raffle going, or you can just sign up. Don't even wait for that. And I love you guys, and I'll end with a song just for you, if I can find one fast enough. Sometimes I'm slow. But I appreciate your patience with the noise, and make sure you go to that community channel, share it with other people. There's only 10 spots. I'm sure it's going to fill up pretty fast. So, all right, guys, have a good night.
Something underground and strange is in our midst. It's scientists open gateways to the dark abyss, and governments want access cause they can't resist. Their interest is to weaponize and enlist interdimensional beings who have abilities, who have intentions to pose as higher entities. But their deceptions are shown throughout history, and who they are and what they want is not a mystery, cause we made contact, we're going way back. Through every culture and town they've had an impact. They've come to lay traps, the hearts are pitch black, and now we're under attack. Truth has been hijacked. These are not light beams, man, that's a pipe dream. If you can see through the veil, it's like a fight scene. Sinister visitors are diabolic monsters, mischievous tricks to sick, wicked imposters. They promise wisdom for sacrificial victims. They need the blood, it's the rituals they're driven, and the elites are the ones that feed these demons, and they're controlling many people for a season. Aliens and UFOs, fallen angels in mind control. Do you really know who's friend from foe? These are the things that we expose. Computers, robots, outer space, a secret underground government base. Did we evolve from the apes? So many questions that we face. Evil elitists who offer no apology. Witches and warlocks controlling our technology. Sigils and symbols and logos in their imagery. They sold their souls into a lion and facsimile. Uncanny valleys that seem strangely familiar. The grand finale changing DNA with CRISPR. The grand illusion, the alien deception. They laid the groundwork since history's inception. All these connections are more than a coincidence. Humans controlled and played just like their instruments. And yes, our government is deeper to the cover-up. Research the Collins elite and do some follow-up. Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, and Babylon working. Google the Moonchild, it's disturbing. What you'll determine is our history's been hidden. The fallen angels have been here since the